Yes, record mode started. Today concept name is Reflection API. Today concept name is Reflection API. Today concept name is Reflection API. API means Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. API contains API contains some set of predefined classes. Some set of predefined classes. Among them, one of the class among them one of the class among them one of the class method class. Among them one of the class method class. Among them one of the class method class. What is the method class? Method class reference can hold any other method in the specified class using same reference. We can invoke that method. So reflection API. API means application programming interface. API contains some set of predefined classes. Among them, one of the class method class. What is the use of method class? Method class reference can hold any other method in the specified class. Using same reference, we can invoke that method. So using same method class reference, we can call or we can invoke that method. Using method class reference, we can invoke that method. That is the concept of reflection API. Very important concept. Here we can get a number of exceptions. How to handle that exceptions we will discuss today. So today concept is reflection API. So how we can discuss, how we can implement, we will discuss now. Go to SRC, take the new class API, and taking class name is API. Oh, already API class is there. So API and taking one class API. Keep the mark public static void menu. No need to keep the mark. Just I'm taking only class API. Click on finish. Now I am writing function public static void login. SYSO control space login logic here. Login logic here. I wrote one static function, madam, public static void login. I wrote static function, public static void login. I wrote static function. System.out.println logic for login. I'm writing function body. Save. Now I'm going to SRC. I'm taking another new class. Take the new class. Class name is ref. And taking class name is ref. Keep the mark public static main method. I'm keeping the mark. Click on finish. Now I want to call the function. If it is non-static, we need to create the object. But if it is static, how we can call the function? So method class reference, using method class reference, we can call that function. or without method class reference also we can call that function. How we can call? Class name is API dot function name is login. This is the mass method, madam. Mass concept. Mass way. This is the mass way. Class name dot function name. Directly we can call. This is the mass way. So login logic here. So directly we can call class name dot function name, class name dot function name. If it is static, if you want call the function, if you want call the static function from another class, simply we can write class name dot function name, class name dot function name. So this is the one way. This is the one way. But today concept is method class. So using method class reference, I want to call that function. First, store in one string. Store in one string s equal to previous class name APII dot class dot get method get method get method s. Why it is showing error? Dot get method. Yes. M dot invoke m dot invoke. So sorry. Store in one string. I want to store the function in one string. Login. Next method m equal to API dot class dot get method s. M dot invoke m. M dot invoke m. APII. Dot get method s. So using method class reference, we can call that, we can invoke that method. So after writing the code, here I'm simple, only one line. String s equal to, I'm storing that function name is login. String s equal to login. Method m equal to APII dot class dot get method s. Get method s. M dot invoke m. So using method class reference, I want to invoke that method m dot invoke m. So after writing the program, it will show you underline. Why? Because method is a predefined class. Whenever you are using predefined class, automatically it will show you exceptions. So we need to add throws. How to add the throws? Just keep the cursor on underline, add throws declaration, no such method exception, security exception. Still it is showing underline. Keep the cursor, add throws declaration, illegal access exception, illegal argument exception, invocation target exception. Here we can get 5 exceptions. Here we can get 5 exceptions. Yesterday concept we got 2 exceptions. One is IO exception, second one is file not found exception. Today concept we are getting 5 exceptions. What are the exceptions? Once again I will delete all those things. Right. After writing the program, automatically it will show you exception. Keep the cursor on underline, add throws declaration, no such method exception, security exception, and keep the cursor on underline, add throws declaration, illegal access exception, illegal argument exception, invocation target exception. We can get 5 exceptions. Recently, one of my student, normal class student, he faced one interview. That time they asked one question: what are the exceptions in Java? He said caught exception and uncaught exception. They are not satisfied. So they said, so there are 7 exceptions in Java. So in Selenium portion, we have 7 exceptions. One is IO exception, file not found exception, security exception, and no such method exception, illegal access exception, illegal argument exception, invocation target exception. We have 5 exceptions available in Java. We have 5 exceptions in this concept. We have 5 exceptions, and yesterday concept we got 2 exceptions. One is IO exception, second one is file not found exception. So these are the exceptions. Save, click on run. So using method class reference, we can invoke that method. So if it is static, if you want to call the static function from another class, we will use two methods. One is method class, the second one is function class name dot function name. Class name dot function name. If you want to call the static function from another class, we will use these two methods. So this is the method class. Other one is class name dot function name. Directly we can write class name dot function name. Class name dot function name. So that is the concept of reflection API. Any doubts, ma?
But what is the reflection API here? But
Reflection API contains some set of predefined classes. Number of classes we have. So one of the class method class.
but we did the same thing by just calling from a reference, na?
Yeah, class name dot class name dot function name. Directly we can write, right?
Yeah, so why did we do all this here?
Yeah, actually here this is the concept. If you want to call the static function from another class, so that is the mass way. That is the mass way. That is the mass. So here our concept is method class. We should discuss method class. So this is the one of the concept. Very important. Here we can get whenever you are using method class, then only we can get to these exceptions. So that's the reason we are learning this concept. If you want to get the
So our
exceptions,
aim here is what?
we need to call the static function from another class.
So for reflection API, what is it doing here?
Here using method class reference, we are calling the static function from another class. We are calling the static function from another class. So reflection API contains some set of predefined classes. One of the class method class.
What are the other classes?
Oh, number of classes we have. Reflection API contains some number of classes. I will show you. In Selenium, I will show you all the classes. All the classes. Number of classes we have. Each and every concept having number of classes. All the classes I will show you.
I'm not getting like why we need static function. Just to call a static function, we have this concept
Yes.
of reflection API.
Reflection API means only here we are using method class reference. Only method class reference we are calling the static function from another class. So not intention is only if you want to call the static function from another class, simply we can write class name dot function name. Directly we can write it, right? But here using method class reference we are calling. Using method class reference we are calling the static functions from another class. Or if you want to call the any function from another class, simply we can write it. So here method class is very important. Reflection API contains some set of predefined classes. Among them, one of the class method class. It is very useful class. Why? Because if you want to call the any static function from any other class, we can call using this method class reference. So already I told you, method class reference can hold any other method in the specified class. Using same reference, we can invoke that method. So using same method class reference, we can invoke that method. So that invoke that method, which is that method? Login. Login is the one of the method. So function, method or function. So we are calling that function. So using method class reference, whenever you are writing method class, then we can get these are the exceptions. Without method class, we can't get these are the exceptions. Why? Because method class is it is a predefined class. Already we discussed 5 predefined classes. What are those? Do you remember?
No.
Yesterday only. File writer, buffer writer, file leader, buffer writer. These are the predefined classes. Whenever
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
writing that functions, automatically we can get exceptions. See, so there is no, for example, file file writer, buffer writer. So these are the exceptions it is showing. So keep the cursor. So add throws declaration, IO exception, and file not found exception. Both we can get. File not found exception and IO exception. Both exception we can get here. So whenever you are using predefined classes, automatically we can get some exceptions. That exceptions you should remember. That exceptions we should remember. That is very, very important. Only for that intention. If you want to get the exceptions, only exception purpose we are learning this concept. Actually, here is simple. We have one shortcut. Class name dot function name. Directly we can implement. If you want to call the non-static function from another class, directly we have shortcut, we know, but still we need to implement this concept. This concept we will use in Selenium. This concept we will use in Selenium. Indirectly we will use in Selenium. How we can implement it, we will discuss later. Okay, still any doubt?
No.
Hmm. Next concept, what do you mean by overriding, madam? Do you know anything about overriding? Next concept.
Same
Hmm.
same name and arguments, but different body, different function.
Overloading, that is.
No, overloading is different arguments.
Different arguments. And overriding?
Same name, same argument, but different function.
Different functions.
Yeah, it will perform something different.
Okay. So in Java, only for this concept purpose we are learning this concept of overriding interface. Both are combination. So today concept is overriding. Today concept is overriding. What is overriding? What is overriding? If at all a function existing in parent class, if at all a function existing in one class or parent class, you can take any one. If at all a function existing in one class, then that function, if we write in child class, if we write in child class, then that concept is overriding. If at all a function existing in parent class, then that function, if we write in another class, not child class, if you take there is parent, then you can write child here, another class. Same function if you write in another class, then that concept is called overriding. If at all a function existing in parent class, then that function if we write in child class, then that concept is called overriding. Or if at all a function existing in one class, then that function if we write in another class, then that concept is called overriding. Okay, so two definitions we have. If at all a function existing in parent class, then that function if we write in child class, then that concept is called overriding. Or if at all a function existing in one class, then that function if we write in another class, then that concept is called overriding. So here only you should remember only one thing. So whatever we have in parent class function should be there in child class. Whatever we have in parent class, that parent class function should be there in child class. If you want extra functions, you can write in child class. If you want any extra functions, you can write in child class. But whatever we have in parent class function should be there in child class. That is only one restriction. Whatever we have in parent class function should be there in child class. In child class, if you want any extra function, you can write it. Okay, you can write it. So today we will discuss overriding with interface. Overriding with interface concept we will discuss, madam. Overriding. If at all a function existing in one class, then that function if we write in another class, then that concept is called overriding. Okay, right. With example, I will show you. Go to Eclipse. Go to SRC. Take the new class. Class name is model 1. Class name is model 1. Click the mark. Just keep, I'm taking only model 1 class. Click on finish. Madam, I'm getting sounds from you. Yes. Now write the functions. Public void call. I'm taking one class. That class name is model 1 class. Here I'm writing one function. Public void call. SYSO control space. I'm writing function body call. Public void reject. SYSO control space. Model 1 call. Model 1 reject. Model 1 message. I'm writing 3 functions in model 1 class. Save. Go to SRC. Take the new class. Class name is model 2. I'm taking another new class. Model 2 class I'm taking. Only class I'm taking model 2. Here also I'm writing functions. Model 1 call. Model 2 call. Model 2 reject. Model 2 message. I'm taking another function also. Public void WhatsApp. Model 2. Model 2 WhatsApp. Model 2 WhatsApp. Save. Model 1, model 2 call, model 2 reject, model 2 message, model 2 WhatsApp. So whatever we have in parent class function should be there in child class. In parent class we have three functions. So that is model 1 having call, reject, message, 3 functions we have. Model 2 also having same functions. Extra functions also we can write it. Whatever we have in first class, that same function should be there in another class. Then only we can say that concept is called overriding concept. Just wait. Just go to SRC. Take the new class over. I want to call the functions from this class. How we can call?
Extends first.
No, no.
We'll create the object of that class here.
How to create the object?
Model 1 and name equals to new.
Model 1 M1 equal to new model 1. M1 dot call. M1 dot message. M1 dot reject. Next. I want to call the model 2 functions also. Model 2 M2 equal to new model 2. M2 dot call. M2 dot message. M2 dot reject. M2 dot WhatsApp. Okay. This concept is called overriding concept. Just now, next concept, interface. Connecting concept, madam. Connecting concept to interface. What is interface? Interface is something, simple definition. What is interface? Interface is something, interface is something created between two somethings. Interface is something created between two somethings. In between two somethings, I'm keeping something. In between two somethings, I'm keeping something, that is called interface. Interface is something created between two somethings. In between two somethings, I'm keeping something, so that is called interface. Interface is something created between two somethings. In between two somethings, I'm keeping something, so that is called interface. That is called interface. Interface is something created between two somethings. Interface is something created between two somethings. So, for example, madam, go for mute, madam. Something sounds coming from you. All right. Right. For example, iPhone people finally they decided they want to maintain some common features in each and every model. They want to maintain some common features in each and every model. In iPhone, we have different models: 3S, 4S, 5S, 6X, 7S. We have different models. Finally, they decided they want to maintain some common features in each and every model. That's the reason they are creating one interface. They are creating one interface. That interface name is iPhone. They are creating one interface. That interface name is iPhone. They are creating one interface. That interface name is iPhone. They want to maintain some common features in each and every model. That's the reason they are creating one interface. So in the two, they want to maintain some common features. What are those? One is called next call, reject, message. Call, reject, message. They want to maintain some common functions in each and every model. That's the reason they are keeping an interface. If they want to introduce any model into market, first of all, they will install this interface. After that, if they want any extra function, they can add it. But they want to maintain these common features in each and every model. That's the reason they are keeping an interface. If they want to introduce any model into market, first of all, they will install this interface first. After that, if they want any extra function, they can add it. But each and every model should contain this interface functions. Each and every model contains these interface functions. Each and every model having these interface functions or not, I want to check. How we can check, we will discuss now. I'm creating one interface. Go to SRC, right click on SRC, take the new interface. Interface name is iPhone. Interface name is iPhone. I'm creating one interface. That interface name is iPhone. Click on finish. In the interface, I'm writing three functions like, public void call, public void call, public void reject, public void reject, public void message, public void message. They are creating one interface. They are writing functions. So what is the main difference between class function and interface function, madam? Just tell me. What are the main difference between class function and interface function?
There won't be a method body.
No, there is no function body. There is no function body. If it is class function having function body. If it is interface function, don't have any function body. We don't have any function body. Interface function don't have any function body. Interface function don't have any function body. Okay, that is the main difference, madam. Now I want to check each and every model having these interface functions or not. So I'm writing now model 1 implements iPhone. So if it is any function missing, automatically it will show error, madam. So I'm cut. So automatically it will show error. If it is any interface function missing, automatically it will show error. So Now there is no exception, there is no errors. Why? Because whatever we have in interface, so that interface function having this model 1 class having this interface functions. So that's the reason it will not show any error. That's the reason it will not show any error. Okay, now model 1 having all interface function. Model 2 implements iPhone. Model 2 implements iPhone. So model 2 also having all interface functions. In model 2 we have any extra functions, but it will not show any error. But it will not show any error. So whatever we have in interface, that function should be there in each and every model. That is the intention. If it is an extra function, you can. So here it will not show any error. So now come to concept, madam. Here we are learning only one thing, only one line purpose we learn Java. So why we learn Java? Only this line purpose, only one line purpose. That is interface name, reference name, interface name, reference name equal to new class name. Interface name, reference name equal to new class name. Interface name, reference name equal to new class name. So interface name, reference name equal to new class. Interface name, reference name equal to new class name. Interface is iPhone. Interface is iPhone. Interface is iPhone. iPhone I equal to new model 1. Class is model 1 class I am taking. M1 dot, sorry, I1 dot, I dot call, we can get it. I dot message, we can get it. I dot reject, we can get it. Next, iPhone I1 equal to new model 2 I2 I1 dot call, we can get I1 dot message, we can get I1 dot reject, we can get I1 dot WhatsApp. WhatsApp we are not getting. Why, madam? WhatsApp is not coming. Why?
Because it is not an iPhone.
There is no WhatsApp option in interface. There is no WhatsApp function in interface. That's the reason we can't get to. So through class reference we can call the WhatsApp function, but through interface reference we can't call the WhatsApp function. We can't call the whatever we have in interface, only interface functions only we can get. So if through class reference we can call the all class functions, but through interface only whatever we have in interface, only interface functions only we can get. So this is the concept. This is the concept to overriding and interface concept. Only this line purpose we learn Java, madam. Only just you should remember only this line. Interface name, reference name equal to new class name. Interface name, reference name equal to new class name. Interface iPhone, reference name your choice equal to new class name. Model 1 or model 2. You can take anyone. So this is the concept of interface. Only using this concept we can work with Selenium. So no need of Java. Just you should know only this line. Interface name, reference name equal to new class name. Only for this line purpose we learn Java, madam. Only this line purpose we learn Java. Only this line purpose we learn Java.